Well, we'll start back. Now that the salesman have left. I had wanted this to pop off, but you see that's a side nail, and it's buried down in there, and it's going to be painful. Doesn't look like it really wants to come jumping out of there. That's what I was digging at when I was so rudely interrupted. So that's typical of the kind of just clumps of stuff you get out of the corners, and you see how convoluted it is down in there. It's just stuffed in there like rope caulk. It's just like it's been pounded in there. But it's all the surplus skin that is built up around the little pieces and fragments of nail I left that I was trying to pull out of the nail bed with my teeth. And you leave little pieces. And then when you bite through the cuticle, it kills the cuticle. And then you get a little dead skin around that. The next cuticle forms. And it embalms that little piece of nail that you left that you didn't get out. And it builds up just huge quantities of junk in the corners. I don't know what I want to do with that. This can be a real problem. I'll relieve it a little bit underneath, maybe. And help me see what I've got. Take out the easy stuff. And this is another one where it's just a little thin flake of nail right there. It was just paper thin like an insect wing. And it was right there. When this was laid back down, and when that came loose, this started to peel up. But when it was laying down there, there was this little tiny chip of nail right there. It was just impossibly thin. And then when it popped off, it revealed that this is actually skin under there. The nail had been all the way out to here. And all of this up under there is skin. And it's up under there where it shouldn't be because it formed when I had the nail bitten off. And then this new plastic top nail material came out over it. So we're still trying to see that. It's pulling this way. So it's not nail. It's skin. It's cuticle skin. Let's see. But it was all up under the nail. And that is like the other side. That's filled up that groove that runs all the way around. That's supposed to be the separation line between the living tissue, the skin, and the nail bed. But it's still impacted. It hasn't started to relieve yet. So now that's relieved quite a bit. But that groove, which is still mostly filled up, it'll pick out all the way around and under there. And you see that side now, how it's flattened out and winged out over. It's starting to build up and spill out over the accumulated callus or cuticle material on the side. All of that's got to go away now. It's in reverse. You okay, Clyde? You've been acting pretty poorly lately. And all this is just laminated junk up underneath there. It's filling up that groove, the skin. It's filling up that groove. Ooh-wee. As the man said. Ooh, doggies. Oh boy, what a mess, huh? There we go. Well, that's painful, but it's getting somewhere. You know, you see how that built up. See, that's not part of the main nail. That plastic nail material flowed down in there and got in that crack and built it up and made a solid surface for this stuff to spill out over and the nail to get wider and wider and wider. That's nail. This is not. This is skin here. And it will pick out and reveal that groove. Oh, but it's too tender right now. In a day or two, though, it'll dry up. It'll come out a lot easier. It's not as painful as I expected it to be. Ow, but that was. Ooh. Yeah, that didn't want to pop right out. So that is the side nail flaking away, or the applique. And back here is the edge of the main nail that it superseded. And this is part of it too, but I mean, it goes underneath there. This old nail followed the nail bed down and around, and this is all built up here. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, grit your teeth and see if it'll work. It just popped off part of it. Not a very big part either. That's not very satisfying there. But at least it won't sit there and wave back and forth and dig at the material underneath and hurt every time it moves. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, good. Look at that. I took that out. Flaked off. That's just rubbery crud right there. That's newer stuff that's come out from underneath my fingers up here. This is old dead cell material that's been stashed up underneath my skin on my fingers. So, and this is another one. The nail came out over all of this. This is all skin. See? Okay, there's not supposed to be skin up under the nail. Only a very minimal amount of cuticle skin up underneath the nail. Autofocus is giving me fits today. And you can see that's not nail. And it's built up, so it's not nail bed either. It's peeling off. So it's some kind of laminated dead skin. Now you see that arch where I had it bitten off when I was a kid. just the next impacted corner, you know. See how that just falls out? See, we're in full throttle reverse now. It's not fighting me the way it was. And that's showing that groove too. That semicircular line there is cuticle. And that's a piece of cuticle. It just broke off, but it could have pulled out all the way around. Pulled out from under the skin. So. So you see that nail line now is dropping back to there, and all of this is really skin. So in a day or two, it'll all be drying up and peeling off, and I'll have another layer to work on. Just keep peeling the onion till all this garbage is gone. At any time I could stop and generate new nails out over all of this, but they wouldn't be any more nails than what I've worked so hard to get rid of. So that's not an option, not for me. But it's making new nails anyway, and they're coming out over this old damage and trying to hide it again. And that's my problem right now. I'm not going to try to trim that off today. But that's all dead skin right there. To get under that. See how that all just laminates up in there. And these side nails, one of these want to come off, you know. This needs to be a lot narrower. There. And there. All that needs to come off. Back there. Even more. Okay. That's going to be it for the day. I'm pretty beat up. So all that old garbage is receding down now inside this cuticle, and you can see that the less nail there is to impinge on the cuticle, the more it wants to be round. This is all build up, and it's all encroaching on the nail bed from every direction uniformly. And however much buildup there is here, it's the same all the way around. It's the same amount encroaching on the nail bed back here, the same amount over here, and the same amount in front here. It's a misnomer to talk about in terms of back and front and sides because it's a circle. Later.